the new show Shogun has come out on Disney FX, which is a bit weird to say these days, but it's incredible. It's a samurai feudal show which has lots of political intrigue and, most importantly, duolingual. I love it. There are so many times where I look at a show and it's like, why are they talking in this language? Why are they talking in that language? And I'm just like, come on, speak one language, get to the difference, have some spice to it. And it's really well done because we have an Englishman who cannot speak Japanese, but he understands how to speak Portuguese. And Portuguese is what is spoken as a second language in Japan, because at the time of this show, that's their predominant trade partner is Portugal. And when they speak with Portugal, they also are speaking with the Catholic faith. And of course, English being Protestants aren't really down with the Catholic faith. And well, guess what? Portugal doesn't really like England because they're Protestants and they ain't down with the Protestant faith. So there is a delicate religious war going on there.
Who are you?
A servant of God.
Your God. First make that distinction, you papist prick.
And this leads to a trade war between England and Portugal and Spain. And they're all about Japan and China. Because for those of you who don't know, there was the Silk Road in Europe, which goes from China to India and then to Egypt, which then goes up to England through the sea routes. However, China and Japan, they ain't quite copacetic. And so for England to trade with Japan, they can't use the Silk Road that they own and control and have lots of value over. Whereas these sea routes to Japan through the Galilean Strait can only be used by Portuguese and Spaniards. And so the English are trying to learn these sea routes and introducing our first character, who is known as Engine, well, to the Japanese, pilot to the English, and navigator to us normal people from the future.
Christ.
And this man has to then navigate the delicate subterfuge that is Japanese politics, where there is contradictions everywhere, where life is treated incredibly preciously, like it's holier than thou, yet also on the street just beheading dudes just for the sake of it. These guys boil people alive, behead them every day, and there is even a seppuku of the entire family line, which, for those of you who do not know what that means, it means someone has dishonored themselves in such a way that they will kill themselves and their offspring to end their entire line. They all wear white and then they go and kill themselves. It is an incredibly horrific thing, and they depict it in this show, and it's great. I love it. There's lots of delicacies, and of course, the one and only Scorpion actor is in the lead role, playing the Minowara ex-shogunate family leader, who is one of 5 regents who are meant to be teaching the next emperor how to lead the country. However, they ain't all looking at the same way, and he has the most power out of all 5 of these regents, but that puts him in a delicate situation because it means the other 4 feel that he is a threat, which means at the very start of the show, they lay down the stakes that these 4 other regents want to kill this man. And they want to kill him because they perceive him as a threat to the other 5 regents, because he has the most power. Who are these 5 regents? Well, we have the regent of foreign trade and diplomacy, which is our main boy, Minowara. We then have the regent for the rich samurai powers in the north, who is very, very greedy. So he's really part and parcels with the Portuguese. And then finally, we have a leper, who is a leper, so he is also very dogmatic with his faith, which means he's very in bed with the Portuguese. And our last 2 guys are a little bit more unknown. One of them is the leader of these 4 regents, and he is also the owner and controller of the Osaka Castle, which is the main capital at the time in Japan. The other guy we haven't seen a lot of or know really his deal, and I'm sure will be revealed in future episodes. Another great thing I noticed throughout the show is the head translator for Minowara is a girl who is his niece. And this niece has not had the best of life, but hasn't really been explicitly shown in the show. However, has been talked about. And 16 years ago, as of the show, she and her family had to go through this family seppuku, but she, of course, did not get to join them in the afterlife and had to be forced to live on. She was then remarried 2 years later to the general, who is Minowara's head advisor's son, in order to keep him in his pocket, to keep him on his side. And she is not particularly happy to be a part of this family. And, of course, 2 years after that seppuku incident, she got religious. And because of this religion, she learnt how to speak Latin and Portuguese so that she could become closer with her new religion. And this leads her into the role of translator for Anjin and Minowara. And this creates some tight tension between the family head of her family and, well, the lord of all of them, which is the Minowara region. The show is great, fantastically shot, brilliant set design, brilliant costume design, and the CGI, it's very minimal. Go figure! A minimal CGI show can look good and have lots of great practical effects. Even when during the boiling scene, I noticed they didn't CGI this guy, they just chucked him in a suit. They went, look, he's got a boiling suit on. His face is boiled off with CGI, with practical effects. It was great. I want to see this more, and this show is fantastic. 2 episodes are out now on Disney Plus, and I'll be going through them more, particularly, maybe, I don't know, probably not. I'll just say it's a great show. It's fantastic. Watch it for yourself. I was really hesitant when I saw the first trailer. I was like, that's not when the time period I would choose. I would choose one of the Tokugawa time periods, you know, when the Spanish were first being introduced to Japan and the guns were first being introduced, and, you know, we get to see the mayhem that muskets play on the feudal warfare of Japan, you know? But it's all sort of past that period, and we're coming into the final sort of warring state period in Japan, which would inevitably lead into a long, dogmatic imperial Japan. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow for more things. See you later. Bye-bye.